Symposium that's all about transforming farming into a future-forward career choice. PR and Marketing Manager Javon Bailey joins us to share how 4-H is cultivating not just crops, but confident, climate-smart youth. I love that. Good morning, Javon.
Yes, good morning, Javon. I know long more ask a question, get a chance to actually on national TV. Now, first thing first, give us a quick overview of not only the Jamaica 4-H Club, but the foundation.
All right, so the Jamaica 4-H Club is the youth training agency in the Ministry of Agriculture. So our mandate really is to train our youth. So if you're a young person, we start as young as age 5, we go all the way up to 35. So if you're just starting out and you want to learn about agriculture, we're the agency. If you want to get started, you want to see agriculture as a business, you want to create wealth for yourself, you stick to 4-H. We'll give you the training. We have a program called REAP that will give you up to 100,000 worth of venture inputs to start your business. So if you need the seedlings, you need the seed trays, you need some fencing for your property, we give you that support. And the minister yesterday announced that he wants to double that amount for our youth because we see the need. That 100,000 is a bit shy. So the reality is that we want to up that amount so young people can really see the support that is pumping into their agricultural venture. And the foundation now was created in 2016 as a means to carry in external funding from the international agencies, the Global Enhancement Fund, the UNDP, because some agencies like to work with non-governmental organizations. So we would have created that arm to really support that input of cash to support our youth. So they work hand in hand. One receives the funding to help the other to achieve its mandate.
Makes sense. There's a symposium coming up.
Yes.
And I want to know a little bit about the inspiration behind that, but also what maybe attendees can expect from this event.
All right, so as I said, we really are all about agriculture. Well, not only, but what we do is that we utilize agriculture as a mechanism to grow holistic individuals. So outside of just understanding that you create wealth, you understand that, all right, you plant a seed, it grows. Sometimes it may fall over, you need to inject some support, you need to water it, you have to nurture it for it to grow. So the Youth in Agriculture Symposium really is created to highlight what our youth are doing in agriculture, sustainable practices. So the project is increasing the climate resilience of youth farmers or fisher folk through sustainable agricultural practices and also technology. So they're going to learn about the mulching. So if you drive along the highway, some of the time you see that white tarp-looking thing over the soil and you say, what is that over the plants? That is really created to hold down the moisture because climate change and the sun is so hot, the evaporation, it reaches that plastic and then the soil retains that moisture. So they'll be learning about those practices, same as the mulching. So I'm sure you maybe have a little garden and you throw some stuff around.
Like a red mulch.
Yeah. So you keep that moisture down.
I just thought it was because it was pretty.
So it's really to keep the moisture down, to continue to provide that nutrients for the soil for it to grow. So the symposium itself is all about giving them the knowledge, giving them the mindset, having them network with other young people, share their inspiration, to have a cultivation of the new face of food in agriculture.
Is there a continued guidance? Because I'm thinking, what happens after the symposium? Are there ways Jamaica 4-H clubs help to continue to guide these youth?
Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just at 35, so I'm making...
All right, so we can talk afterward. So yes, so there's continued guidance because what we do, we have our parish managers. We have 14 parish managers, so we have a 4-H club in every parish. So that parish manager continues to go to the schools, continues to interact with these youth farmers and provide that support. As an agency, we may not have all the support, so we reach out to our RADA, our Agro Investment Corporation, if these young people need land access. There's a lot of agro-parks coming on stream. We create that connection for them, and upwards of 25% of our agricultural lands are slated for youth. So we do that collaboration to ensure that they get that access, and our parish managers are at the forefront to ensure that we continue to monitor them, we continue to ensure that they're still in agriculture, and we have a mentorship program coming on stream to, to further that support that we're providing for them.
I was saying in the break that I said to my sons all the time, I say, you know what we need more of? I need you guys to think along the lines of becoming farmers. And them look at me and them laugh all the time, right? But I'm dead serious because I really think that's going to be the last thing that I think AI can really figure out. But also there's so much in being able to feed not just yourself but others. It's quite a, I don't know, I think it's such a noble thing to actually get into. How do things like this change the public perception though that it's an old school thing, or some people might even say it's a dirty job or whatever it is. Like how do things like this really help us to shift that public perception and make it something that youth want to go
Attractive
after?
and appealing, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so the reality is that has been the perception for the longest while now. So at the 4-H, what we'll be using visuals, the drone technology, the aquaponics model. So we have an aquaponics unit. So that is mixing crop production with fish farming. So you don't necessarily have to be in the soil, because what we grow in is gravel, or we grow in coconut husk as that medium, and the fish provide the nutrients. So what we recognize is that our young people now are seeing agriculture a little bit more as, can make money out of this.
There's agri-tech now, like meaning it's become a lot more technologically advanced.
So
as well.
we see farmers every day, they dress up in their white shirt, and their white shirt never dirty because they don't need to be in the soil themselves. They employ persons, they do the monitoring on their phone, they turn on the irrigation system from their phones, they turn on the misting system in their greenhouses. They know that our nutrients are short, and they have an automatic system that continues to dose the nutrient tank that provides water to the plant. So it's now more relaxed and more now lucrative, and that also creates wealth. So they're now making a lot more money. I myself, I went down to Shane Cook, youth farmer. He's doing hydroponics, amazing young man. And when I got there and I said, boy, this place, how much money I make, boss, how much money I make? And when he started to tell me about the amount that he has able to create from agriculture, I'm like, call my uncle and say, what the land will happen?
But I love that.
Because when you say I myself, I'm say I myself am making a lot more money. But that's important, because Tami mentioned earlier that is one thing that perhaps the last thing that AI will figure out. but AI is moving rapidly. Cast for me a vision into the future. What you see will happen, given all of the efforts now by virtue of the Symposium and what you're going to do after. All
right, so what we really want to see, and what we do expect to see, is a lot more young people, one, interested in agriculture, two, a lot more young people utilizing the technologies that are there, and three, to showcase these ideas. Because we see now more than ever, a lot more young people are, listen to them on my farm. Even we saw even the TikTok, I think it was a TikTok when the guy, my man, me sell 2 goats, and I hear something. Like, we can show the wealth in agriculture. That is what we really want to showcase to our youth.
And it's a double-sided wealth, isn't it? Because if you can provide good food to people, that in itself is just incredible to me.
And we have a food secure Jamaica, because Beryl showed us that we need to provide for ourselves. And I think right now we're self-sustaining in the areas of poultry and egg and layer production. So that's a good thing for us.
Exactly.
I'm going to learn opportunity too, because I mean, pine was planted at my backyard, and callaloo come up nice, fast, cook it. I know the pine. It took a long time.
Time. There needs to be a 4-H club in every school. That's what I say.
That's the plan.
It should be an actual class. It should be something that we learn. Because I think that food security can be created even earlier, even in our own homes. Like just a couple of plant boxes, learning how to just plant a few key things, like a callaloo or something, could be so helpful. And really start to create that interest from young.
And definitely, and through the ministry, they have a family backyard gardening program that they're enhancing. I think it was about 5,000 kids. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere up that. That's going to the families to get you started, and also your children will then learn from that.
And what a thing to watch happen. Tell us again when the Symposium is happening and how people can come.
So the Symposium is on June 10, and it will be at the Money College. So you can register. We have a link. You can check us out on Instagram or social media pages, get in contact with the 4-H Club. And register for the Symposium. We're inviting all youth participants, all schools. However, we're focusing on 3 parishes, which is Hanover, St. Anne, and Portland, but we're inviting everyone because we would have recognized the need in these parishes through our school clubs, etc. But we're inviting everyone to come out to learn more about agriculture, to learn what our youth are doing in agriculture, and to really build a food secure Jamaica and create some wealth for yourselves.
Truly.
Well articulated.
Man, you are phenomenal, Javon. Awesome. Really and truly. Let's tell you, if my son comes on TV one day and talks, I'm proud.
Absolutely. That was Javon Bailey planting the seeds of youth leadership. And now that we have tilled the soil of possibility, it's now time to tend to the animals in WAGs. You don't want to miss that segment. Tami's favorite.